Hello, it's me, French Ted, and we are here for episode number 75 of our AEW series. And we're taking another little break from the Grand Prix action, and we are here for Dynamite. Don't worry, Grand Prix will be back in the next one and the one after that. But we are here for Dynamite and Dynamite alone. Oh, pardon me. And we have got one hell of a fun show. Well, we hope it's a fun show. Also, we hope it's a show that has answers, because in our last Grand Prix episode, Jay White sustained an injury which will see him out for so much longer than we want him to be out, meaning that his place in the competition, the tournament, is, at risk because he can't compete. So what do we do with that place? Hopefully we will find that out in this episode. We also have a debut in this episode, but you'll just have to wait and see who that is. It's no one like, crazy amazing. It's no AJ Styles or anything, but still, it's a debut. But either way, we are here in the pre-show to begin with. We've got Charlie Evans taking on Mercedes Moné. And then about that had decent wrestling, but little heat. Mercedes Moné gets the win. She defeats Charlie Evans in 18 minutes with the bank statement. Charlie with a 48, which isn't very good. What did we put this as? Technical masterclass. Okay. And Mercedes Moné with a 76. I think Charlie Evans has got good technical numbers, but yeah, this just didn't work out for her, did it? 66 overall though, pretty good. Just a pre-show bout. I realise we haven't had Mercedes feature as much lately, so I just threw her into a match. And yeah, 76 is very good from Mercedes. Let's continue. We got one more pre-show match, and it is the Best Friends taking on the Butcher and the Blade. And in a pre-show bout that had decent wrestling but not much heat, it's the Best Friends that win. They defeat the Butcher and the Blade in 9 minutes when Chucky T pins the Butcher with a strong 0. The Butcher being the weak link as always, because he is getting on a bit now. Trent with a 70, which is very nice to see. Chucky T with a 68 too. That's not bad. Did we put a note for this? Car crash match. Okay, so just lots of high spots, lots of crazy shit happening, which probably suits Best Friends to a T, because they like the crazy stuff. And yeah, Blade doing okay. Again, not much to say about this. It's more just a filler for the pre-show. So let's just head straight into the live televised show of AEW Dynamite. And we are kicking off with some singles action. Not bad. And it is a match between Daniel Garcia and Orange Cassidy, two shade-wearing people. And in about that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. It's Daniel Garcia that gets the win. Still reeling from his loss against Bryan Danielson. He is desperate for that rematch, and he said that he will get it, but not yet, because obviously Bryan is very busy with the Grand Prix, and we don't want to disturb that too much. If a wrestler wants to appear on Dynamite in Collision, so be it, but we're not going to force anyone. So yeah, Garcia gets a nice little win here, kind of just proving that he's still a top guy, that he can still get the win, and he does so against Orange Cassidy. 80 rated match, not bad. Garcia with an 88 though. Oh, love that. And Orange Cassidy with a 64. Don't love that as much, but he got the show off to a strong start, so we will take it. After this, we head backstage, and we can see that FTR approach Aussie Open and say we want a rematch. Not because we're bitter, not because we're sore losers, but because we genuinely believe that we can beat you, and we had one hell of a match last time out. Let's do it again. And Christian pops up out of nowhere. Good old Christian. Christian claiming that he is the manager of Aussie Open, and he says, interesting that you are approaching us, FTR. You do have to speak to me, because these are my clients. These are Christian's clients. And I'm not too sure if we want to have a tag team match tonight, because Aussie Open have defeated you already, so it doesn't really value anything here. But how about this? You find yourselves a third man, and me and my clients will see you in the ring tonight. And FTR are like, fine, we'll take it. So that means that we will get Christian Cage, Carl Fletcher and Mark Davis taking on Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood and someone else. And just before this segment ends, Cash and Dax here are behind them, and they turn around And Jake Roberts is there, who says, I think I've got just the man. And obviously we know that Jake Roberts has been trying to bring FTR into the Roberts family, and he believes that he has just the man to team up with them. Is it Drew Galloway, or is it another one of the Roberts family members? Maybe Lance Archer? We'll have to wait and see until we get to the main event. But next up is El Generico taking on a debutante for AEW. And, you know, don't get them mixed up. Even though they may begin with the same name, they're not the same. It's El Generico taking on El Phantasmo. And in a decent match, it is El Generico that gets the win. He defeats El Phantasmo in 15 minutes with the Brain Buster. El Generico with a 75, El Phantasmo with a 53. Oh, I thought Phantasmo would be a little bit better than that. But we got 78 overall somehow. I mean, I'll take it. Got the crowd buzzing. This one did we put it as Still the Show? We put it as Still the Show. And yeah, the two L's, I guess, taking on each other. El Phantasmo, who has been in Ring of Honor for a couple of weeks or months now. And yeah, just thought I'd throw him up, see what's going. Need to get a new picture though, because ELP does not look like that anymore. I'm really digging his pink mullet that he's got going on. Although he might not have a pink mullet anymore by the time this comes out. Yeah, in the summer he had a pink mullet. I think this comes out December. Oh, okay. But yeah, either way, I like ELP, so we're gonna try and make something work. But yeah, decent match. You know, 78. You couldn't ask for anything more, I guess. Got the crowd buzzing. That's a win-win in my book. So yeah, and they shake hands post-match because El Generico is a good guy. El Phantasmo is kind of a good guy. He's a cheeky boy. That's what El Phantasmo is. And yeah, just a simple, straight-up one-on-one. Let's move on. And Jay White is here on crutches, you know, being helped to the ring, being helped into the ring because, of course, he is injured. And he wanted to address, 100 rated segment. He wanted to address the AEW crowd himself and just let them know that he is out for the foreseeable future. He was unable to complete. He has had successful surgery on his leg, an overnight surgery because, you know, it's that quick. And he will be back sooner than expected, but it will be nowhere near in time for the Grand Prix in any way, shape or form. So he's upset. He's not happy. And, you know, he just assumes, he goes, look, I guess I'm just going to have to forfeit the rest of my points and my place in the All-In Grand Prix. And just as he finishes that, we hear look in my eyes, and CM Punk comes out with Nigel McGuinness following behind, and the crowd is like, oh shit, I think I know what's coming. CM Punk says, Jay, you are an unlucky man. You were my favorite to win the A block. You didn't get your chance against Walter. You would have been the one to defeat Walter, and since you have rejoined Bullet Club Gold, my heart is full and my loyalty to you, Jay, is also full. That is why I do not want your points, your efforts to go to waste. I will replace you in the All-In Grand Prix going forward, and all the points I win will go towards you and your recovery, because I'm assuming you'll be fit for All Out. So when I win the All-In Grand Prix for you, Jay, you will get the world title shot at AEW All Out. I'm doing this for you, buddy. I'm doing this all for you. And Nigel is out here to approve. And Nigel says, you know what? It's better than forfeiting points. And obviously Punk is someone that was strongly considered for the All-In Grand Prix. So I'm okay with it. Tony's okay with it. Punk, you're in Group A or Block A. So it's official. CM Punk is replacing Jay White in the All-In Grand Prix, meaning all of Jay's remaining matches will be CM Punk instead. So while CM Punk will be hopefully earning points, those points will be Jay White's. So yeah, great work here from CM Punk, really proving that loyalty to Jay White. And, you know, Jay White kind of thinking, oh, maybe rejoining Bullet Club Gold was a good idea. Keeping in mind that Jay and Juice are yet to face each other in Block A, meaning that match will now be Punk and Juice. A rematch of a match that we had a while ago, and I'm sure Juice Robinson will be fired up for that, because keep in mind, again, I believe Juice is the only person in the entire tournament still on 0 points. So if he's going to get a win, you best believe it's probably going to be him trying to get it the most in that match. But just to confirm again, CM Punk replaces Jay White in the Grand Prix tournament henceforth. Okay, following this, we do have some in-ring action. And of course, it's Jade Cargill, someone who has been ever present in Dynamite recently. And bloody hell, she only goes and gets herself a 70. Not herself, I mean, Donna Perazzo still outperformed her slightly. But Jade Cargill wins in a decent match against Donna Perazzo in 13 minutes with the Jaded. They get a 70. Go on, Jade. Jade's getting better. Donna's also great. I mean, she's another project that I have in mind. There's a lot of women that I've got in mind for projects, but Jade is my current, and she's already proving, in my opinion. But Jade gets the win with a 63 rated performance, Donna with a 64 rated performance. Jade and Layla have great chemistry when Layla manages her, so that's also a bonus. And yeah, Jade continues this really, really decent run, literally decent match run of wins. Each week she says that she's aiming for the IWGP's women's title shot, but she says she's not ready yet. So I think she's getting there. She's definitely getting there. Let's head backstage now, where ELP is unfinished with ELG. El Generico catches up with ELP because, you know, ELP chases him down, and he says, great match, great debut, El Fantasma. You are an amazing star, and, you know, words from a hero like myself should mean a lot to you. And El Phantasmo says they do. El Generico, you are someone that I've looked up to for a very long time. I love your passion for wrestling and your passion for good, and I think we could work together. And El Generico says, what's that? You want to be my new sidekick? And El Phantasmo says, not sidekick, partner. And El Generico says, maybe we should form a team. And then El Phantasmo says, maybe we should. And then they kind of like high five. And that is the end of that segment. Just a fun little segment. They both begin with L. Let's put them together. So it looks like El Generico is on board with teaming up, not sidekicking, teaming up with El Phantasmo. Maybe this could be a future tag team on AEW. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, El Phantasmo is just hired from the developmental, so he's not officially on the main roster, but it could be something that we toy around with, a bit of ELG and ELP. Why not? But following this, we don't stay backstage. We have a little vignette, a little pre-recorded video. You know how we've been doing the MJF Cardona video segments? This is just more of they're sat at home or they're sat in a hotel somewhere. They're on a sofa watching Dynamite live, and MJF leans over to Matt Cardona and he's like, isn't that nice what CM Punk has done for Jay White? You know, that's a sign of true friendship. And Matt Cardona's like, you know what, I was thinking the exact same thing. And MJF says, you know what, Matt, if you got hurt, I'd take your place and I'd give you all the points, even though I am, you know, or should be, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion. But you're my best bro, Matt, and I want you to be the best in AEW. So yeah, if you did get hurt, I'd take your place. I'd wrestle every night for you. And yeah, I love you, man. And then Matt Cardona's like, I love you too, man. And they just clink their drinks and continue sipping. And Steph DeLander's just sat there again, just rolling her eyes like, oh, these two. So yeah, just another little best bro sesh between MJF and Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona, who's kind of on a bit of a roll at the moment. I think he's on 6 points, 4 points. He's got at least 2 wins. I can't remember, but it's more than he had a few days ago. And MJF being the ever-present best bro, supporting his bro at every event. He's there, front row. Steph DeLander's ringside. Yeah, they're a cute little trio, these. Steph definitely third wheeling, but hey ho, what are you going to do? After this, though, we have an interview. Renee is catching up with Jade Cargill ahead of her win. And Cargill says, you know what, Renee, I've teased it for a couple of weeks now. And I think I'm ready. And at the All-In Grand Prix final, there's obviously going to be a bunch of other matches. One of those matches, I want to be an IWGP women's title match against Hikaru Shida. So that is Jade Cargill calling out Hikaru Shida. I mean, she's kind of been calling her out for weeks now, but she's made it official. She has set the challenge, and now it's up to Hikaru Shida to accept. Will Shida accept Jade Cargill's challenge? I mean, obviously, Cargill has got Layla Gray in her corner, who is very distracting, if you know what I mean. So, you know, that could play into her favour, and Cargill has been on a great run, but Hikaru Shida's been on an even better run, let's be honest. She's been killing it. So this is definitely a match that I would like to see. And she set the time and date, Grand Prix final. She wants that match. So we'll have to see whether it is accepted or just booked by Tony Khan. But this does take us into our main event tonight. It is the 6-man trios match. FTR and what we would assume to be Lance Archer or Drew Galloway taking on the team of Christian Cage and his clients, Aussie Open. Let's dive straight into it. And it was Lance Archer. So in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, it is Christian Cage and Aussie Open that get the win, with Christian Cage pinning Dax Harwood with a kill switch. Christian Cage was the weak link in this match, but he was the weak link with a 63. Okay, that's actually quite bad. But Lance Archer, Dax, and Cash doing pretty good. You know, mid-70s for them. I mean, Mark Davis, Carl Fletcher are insane. I don't know what's happened to them. They're amazing. But the kind of ending of this match was obviously Aussie Open had all the momentum. They were, you know, bouncing between each other, taking everyone out. And just as they were about to hit their finishing move, Christian Cage slaps Mark Davis on the back to tag himself in, picks up Dax Harwood, hits the kill switch, 1, 2, 3, and then he kind of over celebrates with his inverted commas clients, Aussie Open. So yeah, that is how that match ended. FTR disappointed again with another loss, but Jake Roberts is in their ear again, whispering away, telling them, you know, shoulda, woulda, couldas and all of that. Is Roberts breaking them down slightly or slowly? Because, you know, Jake Roberts was out there tonight throwing all the instructions at Lance Archer, and you can see Lance Archer getting a 75. That's pretty good for him. So maybe they need Jake the Snake in their ears as well. That's all I'm saying. They might not. They might. Who knows? But let's finish the show and let's see how we did. An 86. Whoa, wasn't expecting that at all. I mean, we got pretty good matches, but it is those segments that definitely elevated this show. So yeah, an 86 overall. Can't complain about that. MJF and Matt Cardona's bromance is growing as the days progress. Cargill has set the challenge to Hikaru Shida. We might have a new tag team in ELP and ELG. Punk, that's the biggest news. Why have I left that till last? Punk is replacing Jay White. So at tomorrow's All-In Grand Prix, it will be CM Punk featuring. And let me just give you a little teaser. What match does CM Punk have at this next one? It will be Bandido. CM Punk Bandido will be tomorrow night at the All-In Grand Prix night 7, I believe we're at now. And yeah, a few more big matches coming up for Punk as well, including a match against Volta. I mean, everyone's scared of Volta right now, let's be honest. I mean, even Drew Galloway, who's been in crazy form, couldn't beat him. But you're going to have to tune in to the next episode to find out whether anyone can defeat Volta and see how CM Punk does among everyone else in the tournament. But that is it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You know, it's been interesting booking the Dynamite and Collision shows with as few of the All-In people, the Grand Prix people as possible. And I think this is a chance for me to, you know, really see what mid-card, upper mid-card guys we've got are worth pushing or not. Already, Aussie Open are impressing me. Jade Cargill's doing all right. El Generico is doing very well. Daniel Garcia is already proven. And even FTR are getting better. So it's working. And on Collision, we've got another exciting show in a few days' time. But first, we do have night 7 and night 8, I believe it is, of the Grand Prix. So yeah, those are the ones coming up. This is what we've just had. Hope you like it. Hope you love it. I like it. I guess I love it as well. But yeah, that's it from me. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Yeah.